In this video, we'll be covering the fall of two of the greatest ancient civilizations of their time, the Indus Valley Civilizations. This is a historical event that occurred around 1900 BCE, and it's been one of the biggest mysteries in archaeology ever since archaeologists uncovered the ruins of these cities. So here's the real reason why the Indus Valley Civilization collapsed. It's me. Number 4. Climate change. For millennia, the region where the Indus Valley civilizations flourished was blessed with consistent rainfall, a favorable climate and an abundance of natural resources. These conditions allowed for the development of sophisticated urban centers like Harappan and Mohenjo-Daro, and supported a thriving population that engaged in extensive trade networks. However, around 1900 BC, the region experienced a significant shift in climate. The monsoon patterns changed, leading to a decrease in rainfall and an extended dry season. This alteration in climate caused the Indus River to shrink, impacting the water supply for irrigation and domestic use. Additionally, higher temperatures may have contributed to the drying up of the Harappan and Gaga rivers, further straining water resources. These climatic changes had profound consequences for agriculture, leading to crop failures, food shortages, and a decline in the region's prosperity. As the fertile lands became arid and resources dwindled, the once vibrant cities of the Indus Valley Civilization faced numerous challenges. Food insecurity prompted migration, and urbanization decreased as people abandoned their homes in search of more hospitable regions. This mass exodus led to a significant decline in population density, leaving behind ghost towns and a profound impact on the socio-economic fabric of the civilization. The agricultural heartland of the Indus Valley, which once sustained a large and prosperous population, transformed into a desert-like landscape incapable of supporting large-scale agriculture. This environmental shift played a pivotal role in the civilization's decline, forcing its inhabitants to abandon their ancestral lands and seek refuge elsewhere. It's important to note that while climate change alone cannot solely explain the fall of the Indus Valley civilizations, it served as a catalyst that exacerbated existing vulnerabilities. The civilization's dependence on monsoon rains without effective water management systems made them susceptible to the impacts of climatic variability. As droughts persisted and water resources dwindled, social unrest, economic instability, and conflicts over dwindling resources likely intensified, contributing to the ultimate collapse of these sophisticated societies. 3. Floods. Another potential cause of the Indus Valley civilization's demise is a devastating flood that occurred around 1800 BCE. According to some historians, evidence of this catastrophic event can be found in the geological and archaeological records of the region. Geological studies have revealed layers of silt and clay that indicate a massive flood event during the Late Bronze Age, which coincides with the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Furthermore, archaeological excavations have uncovered abandoned settlements, destroyed buildings, and human skeletons, suggesting a sudden and violent upheaval that overwhelmed these urban centers. The catastrophic flooding hypothesis proposes that a severe deluge caused by torrential rains or a dam failure inundated the Indus River basin, causing widespread destruction and displacement. This event purportedly overwhelmed the region's infrastructure, disrupted agricultural production, and led to the disintegration of the civilization. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that the evidence for this catastrophic flood is still debated within the academic community, and alternative explanations have been proposed. Some scholars argue that the geological and archaeological evidence can be interpreted differently, and that other factors such as prolonged drought may have played a more significant role. Nevertheless, the possibility of a great flood contributing to the decline of the Indus Valley civilization remains an intriguing and controversial aspect of their enigmatic history. Number 2. The Aryan invasion theory. The Aryan invasion theory, also known as the Indo-Aryan migration theory, posits that a group of nomadic warriors known as the Aryans migrated into the Indian subcontinent around 1500 BCE and conquered the Indus Valley civilization. Proponents of this theory suggest that the Aryans, originating from Central Asia, brought with them Indo-European languages and customs that eventually replaced those of the indigenous population. Evidence supporting this theory includes linguistic similarities between Sanskrit, the language associated with the Vedic texts, and languages spoken in Central Asia. Some scholars also point to physical anthropological studies that indicate a genetic link between populations in Central Asia and South India. Additionally, archaeological findings, such as the destruction layer at Harappa, which dates back to around 1900 BCE, have been interpreted as evidence of a violent upheaval that may have resulted from an external invasion. However, the Aryan invasion theory has been widely criticized for its Eurocentric bias and its potential to reinforce colonial narratives of cultural superiority. Critics argue that the theory is based on incomplete and often misinterpreted evidence, and that it serves to undermine the achievements of indigenous Indian cultures. They contend that the cultural similarities between the Vedic texts and Central Asian traditions can be explained through cultural diffusion rather than a forced migration. Moreover, genetic studies have shown that there was limited gene flow between populations in Central Asia and ancient South Indians, casting doubt on the proposed Aryan migration. The destruction layer at Harappa could be attributed to various factors, including internal societal changes or natural disasters, rather than a foreign invasion. Number 1. Internal decay. While external factors like climate change or potential invasions have been proposed, many scholars emphasize the significance of internal decay as a primary factor in the fall of the Indus Valley civilizations. The concept of internal decay suggests that the civilization's decline was primarily driven by internal weaknesses and vulnerabilities rather than external forces. Several aspects of the Indus Valley civilization itself may have contributed to its eventual downfall. One significant factor was the absence of a strong centralized authority. Unlike some other contemporary civilizations, the Indus Valley civilization lacked a centralized political structure that could effectively manage resources, maintain order, and defend against external threats. Instead, it consisted of independent city-states or regional chieftains who often competed with each other rather than cooperating on a larger scale. This decentralized political landscape may have hindered the ability of the civilization to respond effectively to environmental challenges or potential invasions. Additionally, the Indus Valley civilization's writing system remains undeciphered, making it difficult to fully comprehend their societal structure, governance, and cultural practices. Without a clear understanding of their political organization, it's challenging to assess the effectiveness of their leadership and their capacity to address the issues that ultimately led to the civilization's decline. Moreover, the Indus Valley civilization's advanced urban planning and public health infrastructure, while impressive, may have contributed to its vulnerability. Their meticulously planned cities, including Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, were characterized by sophisticated drainage systems, public baths, and other amenities that required a considerable investment of resources and manpower to maintain. The complexity of these urban systems may have stretched the administrative and technical capabilities of the civilization, especially when confronted with environmental stress or population decline. A reduction in population due to factors such as disease, famine, or migration could have overwhelmed the existing infrastructure, making its upkeep prohibitively expensive or impossible. Consequently, the very elements that made the Indus Valley civilization so remarkable may have inadvertently contributed to its demise. In conclusion, the fall of the Indus Valley civilizations around 1900 BCE remains an enigmatic and multifaceted mystery. While climate change and the possibility of a devastating flood have been proposed as contributing factors, the absence of conclusive evidence for these theories leaves room for alternative explanations. The Aryan invasion theory, though widely debated and criticized, suggests the impact of external forces on the civilization's decline. However, a growing body of research emphasizes the significance of internal decay driven by factors such as a lack of centralized authority, the limitations of their urban planning, and the potential impact of disease. It's important to recognize that the fall of the Indus Valley civilization was a complex process influenced by a combination of internal and external factors. Rather than attributing their demise solely to one cause, a holistic approach that considers multiple interacting factors provides a more comprehensive understanding of this fascinating historical event. Further archaeological discoveries and interdisciplinary research will continue to shed light on the intricacies of the Indus Valley Civilization's collapse, reminding us of the fragility of even the most advanced ancient societies in the face of environmental, social, and possibly infectious challenges. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get notified when we upload new videos, and make sure to visit our website to learn more about us. We've got some great articles that I think you'll enjoy reading. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.